everyone, and welcome back to my channel. And if this is your first time here, then hi, my name is Lauren. And on my channel, we mostly talk about anything luxury, but we also discuss lifestyle and beauty. So if you're interested in any of these topics, please consider subscribing to my channel, and we'll get started with the video. So in today's video, I'm going to be presenting you a list of my most worn shoes for this past spring, for spring 2025. These are shoes that have been on rotation, on repeat, that I have worn over again. I have selected different brands, shoes from different brands and different styles. So if you're curious to see what my options are, then please keep on watching. My first option is a pair of Dior D-Way slides in blue, and they retail for $790 plus tax. So small disclaimer before we start this video, this pair of shoes is actually not mine, but rather it is a pair of shoes that has been very kindly sent to me by a fake factory. I've collaborated with them in the past on real versus fake videos, and I've always been very impressed and very pleased with the quality of their items. And here, once again, these just look like the real thing. I honestly can't tell the difference. They also feel like the real thing. Those shoes are extremely comfortable. That's what I love about them. They look and feel just like the authentic Dior shoes. So if you are interested in getting these particular shoes from Dior, or really anything else from the fake factory, they obviously have different pairs of shoes from different designers, but they also have jewelry, accessories, handbags as well. So if you are interested in getting anything from the fake factory, then I will go ahead and leave all of the relevant information in the description box of the video down below for you, along with the coupon code. So like I said, these are the Dior D-Way slides in blue. They retail for $790 plus tax, or much less, obviously, if you get them from the fake factory. What I really love about them is their comfort level. These are very comfortable in a way that I actually had not anticipated. I felt like they weren't going to be comfortable in the sense that I don't really know why, but I had in mind the idea that I was going to lose them, that they were going to feel loose, and that, you know, after walking, I was going to lose them. And my worst fear is, I don't know why, crossing a street and then somehow losing one of my sandals, and then, you know, being in the middle of the traffic and trying to find my shoe again. So these are very comfortable shoes. I do not lose them, but I also don't have blisters or anything like that. These are shoes that I can walk in for a very long time without being in pain or anything. I love the color. Blue is actually not really part of my color palette, or at least up until recently. And I feel like I have been making efforts, and progressively these efforts have turned into actually enjoying it. I've been making efforts to wear a little bit more blue and to incorporate that in my wardrobe, and these really are perfect in the sense that they're like the perfect navy blue, perfect shade of navy blue. They obviously come in different colors, so if you don't like navy blue, they come in other colors, but I really like the blue ones. I feel like it's nice, it's spring-like, not super summery yet, but just perfect shoes for spring. So I really love them, and I would highly recommend them. My next most worn pair of shoes for this spring is going to be a pair of Loro Piana Summer Walks. They retail for $1,085 plus tax. These really are the perfect shoes for spring, especially because spring here in the Northeast really is kind of, you know, very iffy. It's still not super warm, definitely not, very sadly. And so most often than not, I really do need a pair of like closed shoes. I don't know about you, but personally, my feet get cold first. It's always been the case. So I'm the person that, like, regardless of, you know, how ugly they look, I wear Uggs in the winter time, like most often. So I really still need a pair of closed shoes for spring, and these really are perfect for that. They are warm, but not too warm, in the sense that I don't really sweat in them. They are really, really cute. I love the color. It's so cute. It's this kind of like dark lilac. It's not too light. I was a little bit concerned of them being too light, and especially, you know, it's a light color, so I wouldn't want them to be too light because I would be afraid of them kind of like fading over time, if that makes sense, especially with all of the dust that they collect and such. So they really are perfect. I like them a lot because those are shoes that are super versatile, so you can wear them very easily with a pair of pants. They look really nice. They're still girly and elegant. Loafers can also pretty easily be a little bit masculine, and this is why I love the color, because with that kind of color you cannot go wrong. It looks very, very feminine and girly. So you can wear them easily with a pair of pants, and you can wear them also with a dress. I have a Zimmermann dress that has little purple flowers. So this is like a match made in heaven with that dress. Also works really nicely with like a little white dress, maybe for the summertime. But yeah, this spring I have worn these shoes on repeat. I went on a trip to Miami. I took them and I wore them like 3 or 4 days in a row. That's how much I love them. Next up, for my most worn shoes for this past spring, we have a pair of Chanel ballet flats. I mean, need I even say more? These are like the classic ballet flats, especially in this beautiful color combination of beige and black. They retail for $1,000 even, plus tax, which is very sad because it's way too expensive. And honestly, if I, you know, listen to myself, I would have one in absolutely every color on the planet. They are so comfortable, and I was very worried because I got a very long time ago a pair of Chanel espadrilles, and those were horrible. I mean, I don't understand why, because when I read reviews online, it seemed like, oh, everybody loved them and they're so comfortable and all that stuff, and I could never bring them in. They gave me the worst blisters and the worst like boo-boos on the planet. It was so bad. Like, they would make my feet bleed. And so when I tried these on in the store, I was like, oh no, please let it not be another Chanel espadrille ordeal. And they're really comfortable. I did have to break them in, side note. That's definitely something to expect, but other than that, they really are perfect. After like a couple of days of breaking them in, they're very comfortable. I can walk with them for like 13 to 15 kilometers, no problem. I went to New York. I went on a trip to New York and I took them and I wore them. I love them because you can very easily transition them from day to night. So especially for a short weekend trip in New York, it really is nice because I'm not going to take my entire shoe collection. So I'm only, you know, selecting a couple of options. And these are great because you can wear them during the day with, you know, like a little casual outfit. Very easy for New York, perfect. But you can also wear them out and about, you know, on like a date night, or if you have an evening out at an opera or something like that. That really is perfect. So it's kind of effortless. It's something that I don't have to think about, and that's what I love about them. Next up, we have a pair of Valentino Rockstud leather sandals. They retail for $890 plus tax. I got them what seems now like a million years ago, maybe in another life even. And I bought them actually at the outlets for about $400. I found them in New Jersey at a Neiman Marcus last call, and I instantly fell in love, and I am so glad because I honestly still wear them a whole lot. I mean, they're part of my, you know, most worn shoes for this spring, and that tells you something. This was an amazing purchase. I love the color. I think that's what I absolutely love about them, is the color. Very floral, very spring-like, classy, elegant, feminine, cute. And I think the color really balances out nicely the rock studs, because when you think of rock studs, it can be very edgy, quickly, maybe a little bit masculine even. And so I really wanted a color that would balance out the masculine side of the rock studs. And this really is perfect. I mean, they look so cute. I absolutely love them. I I have matching handbags that go very nicely with these shoes, and this is why, you know, they're also very worn, is because in the spring I love wearing pink bags. During the winter I'm kind of, you know, rotationing between burgundy, black, some tweed, gray, like all of these neutral dark colors. And so as soon as spring arrives, I'm very like, oh, I need to finally transition to something, you know, girly, light. And so pink is one of my favorite colors for spring, and also in general. But yeah, these are really, really lovely. Kind of like the Chanel ballet flats. I do feel like you could transition them very easily from day to night. I would be very comfortable, you know, obviously wearing them during the day, but also taking them outside. Spring, hopefully, for most people. It's starting to be, you know, nice out, and so it's starting to be possible to be sitting outside at a restaurant for like happy hour or something, and these really are like my go-to for that. I think that they are super cute and a great way to show off your new petty. And lastly, we have the Louis Vuitton Wonderland flat Ranger boots in monogram. These have been discontinued, so I don't have a price for you, but it was right around like 1,900. I vaguely remember something like that. So as much as I would like to pretend like every day in the spring is super beautiful in the Northeast, that's actually not true, especially the beginning of the spring. It can be extremely rainy here. And so not every day is going to be a sandals or flats type of day. So this is why these come in very easily and nicely into this picture, especially for a rainy day. These are perfect because they're not necessarily waterproof, but they're very water resistant. I mean, I wouldn't like go ahead and like jump in puddles, but at the same time they're very water resistant. I spray them with like a spray for like weather protection, and they work really nicely. I've also had them by mistake in the snow this past winter, and they were fine. So that's what I like about them. Very resistant, very easy to pair, once again, with like a pair of pants or a dress. I feel very comfortable walking in them. These are shoes that I can walk in them for a long time with. The one thing, and this is why they're not, you know, my favorite, is they take a long time to put on. I mean, honestly, it's like the shoelaces, tying them takes forever, and honestly, most often than not, I end up having to kind of like push my foot in, and it's not always nice. And so when I know that I'm going to remove them, put them on again, remove them, put them on again, you know, like in a situation like shopping, for example, those are not my go-to shoes. But if I know I'm going to be walking in a city for a really long time, then these are perfect because they are comfortable, they are, you know, kind of like weather resistant, and so yeah, for spring, unfortunately here it rains quite a bit, and so when it rains, those are my go-tos. So that's it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that this video was beneficial and informational for you. In case you were looking at acquiring a new pair of shoes for spring, do know that these have been my absolute favorites, my favorite shoes to wear. They've been on rotation. I couldn't get enough of them. Once again, if you are interested in getting the Dior slides or really anything from the Fake Factory, then I will go ahead and leave all of the relevant information in the description box of the video down below for you, along with the coupon code, so please check them out. If you did enjoy this video, please give it a big thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one.